Okay, let's jump right in. Now, I know what you're thinking. The title of this explainer, How to Achieve Anything by Lying to Yourself, sounds crazy, right? But what if the single most powerful tool for changing your entire life isn't about working harder or being more talented, but about telling yourself a very specific, strategic lie?
This whole idea really hinges on flipping one single belief we all have. See, we're taught that we exist inside of some fixed, objective reality. But just for a second, what if that's completely backwards? What if reality actually exists inside of you, and it's just constantly shaping itself to match what you believe to be true?
All right, so our first big idea is this. Your mind creates your reality. This isn't just some new age concept. It's a principle you find in ancient wisdom and modern psychology. Your mind isn't just a camera passively recording the world, it's more like a projector. The universe isn't just happening to you. In a very, very real way, it's flowing from you.
Now, to really get this, we've got to make a really important distinction between the brain and the mind. Think of your brain as the physical hardware. It's an amazing biological computer, but its main job is to process old data and react based on the past to keep you safe. But your mind? The mind is the programmer. It's this limitless, non-physical field of consciousness. It's where your imagination, your belief, your true creative power lives. See the difference? One is stuck looking backwards, the other is always creating the future.
And listen, this isn't just philosophy. It's backed by science. Your brain literally has something called a confirmation bias, which means it actively looks for evidence to prove what you already believe is true. And then there's your reticular activating system, the RAS. Think of it like the search filter for your life. You tell it what's important, and that's all it lets you see. You ever buy a new car and then suddenly you see that car everywhere? That's your RAS in action. So, are you ever really seeing the world as it is, or are you just seeing the world your beliefs have told your brain to show you?
This quote just nails it. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. Your vibration or your frequency, that's just a way of describing your dominant state of being, your core beliefs and feelings. And that state just attracts more of the same. So changing your life isn't really about setting new goals. It's about embodying a new identity. The problem is, most of us are caught in a trap that makes that feel totally impossible.
Which brings us to section 2, the have, do, be trap. So many of us have been taught this formula for life. It sounds logical, but honestly, it's a blueprint for staying stuck and feeling frustrated forever.
You know the script. It sounds like this. Okay, when I have the money, then I will do the thing, and then I will finally be successful and happy. Or when I have the degree, I'll do the work, and then I'll be an expert. We put our identity at the very end of this long, long checklist.
And can you see the problem here? This whole model is basically a self-locking cage. It makes your identity, your sense of self, completely conditional on things outside of you. You're basically outsourcing your self-worth to your job, your bank account, what other people think. You're always waiting for permission from the outside world to finally feel good on the inside.
And let's be real. When you're always waiting for someday, when all the conditions are just right, how many times does someday actually show up on the calendar? That's right, 0. It never comes. You're just trapped chasing a future you won't let yourself live in now. So let's break the model.
Okay, so what's the alternative? It's what the most effective people on the planet do, whether they realize it or not. It's the be, do, have shift. And this is how you take back control. We flip the whole thing on its head. It works like this. You start by being the person you want to become. You just decide, right now, I am a confident leader. Then you just do what that version of you would naturally do. And what happens? Well, as a natural byproduct, you start to have the results that person would inevitably attract. It's a total game changer. Think of it this way. Your identity is the source code of your life. Everything else, your habits, your actions, your results, it's all just a downstream effect of that code. You can spend all your energy trying to fix the bugs downstream, but for a real fundamental change, you have to go back and rewrite the program itself.
Change who you believe you are, and the rest of your life automatically updates to match.
And this is the difference between forcing life and flowing with it. When you try to do things from your old, current identity, it feels like pushing a boulder uphill. It's a grind. It's exhausting. But when you start operating from your future identity, the right actions feel obvious, natural, and effortless. That's what flow really is.
So, that leads us to the million-dollar question, right? How in the world do you be something you're not yet? How can you believe you're a successful author when you haven't sold a single book? Well, this is where we get to the core of it. You start by lying. But first, we have to redefine this word lie. Let's take all the moral judgment out of it for a second. For our purposes, a lie is just an unconfirmed truth. It's a statement about a reality that just hasn't gathered enough evidence yet. I mean, think about it. Every great invention, every world record, every single breakthrough started as a lie that completely contradicted the reality of the time. The transformation happens in 3 basic stages. First, you state the lie. You just say it. I am a wealthy entrepreneur. And you know what? It's going to feel fake. It's supposed to. That's how you know you're doing it right. Stage 2 is what I call delusional belief. You just act as if it's already true, and you become a detective hunting for tiny little pieces of micro-proof. Then, in stage 3, all those little pieces of proof start to add up, and the lie transforms into a real belief. At that point, your outside world has no choice but to catch up.
And look, don't just take it from me. History's greatest figures did this, maybe without even knowing the formula. Muhammad Ali famously said, "I am the greatest," long before he had the titles to prove it. He didn't wait for the world to call him the greatest. He decided he was. And then the world had to agree.
Or look at Steve Jobs and his legendary reality distortion field. People who worked with him said he would state some impossible goal with such absolute, unwavering conviction that he could convince anyone it was possible. He literally seemed to bend reality to his will because his belief came first.
Now, this process is not passive. It's an active battle. It's an identity war that you have to wage inside your own head. On one side, you have to consciously starve your old identity. Stop telling those old limiting stories about yourself. Stop giving it your attention and energy. And at the exact same time, you have to obsessively feed the new identity. Feed it with your focus, your emotions, your actions, until it becomes the dominant force.
Okay, so let's make this super practical. This isn't just a cool theory to think about. It is a tangible strategy. Here is your action plan to stop chasing the future you want and start operating from it today.
The plan is just 3 simple steps. Number 1, decide. And I mean decide. This isn't I hope to be or I'm trying to be. It's a firm declaration. I am. Choose it now. Step 2, hunt. You have to become a detective looking for micro-proof. Any small win, any compliment, any moment that confirms your new identity is real, you collect it. And number 3, act. In any situation, big or small, just ask yourself one simple question. How would the future, successful me handle this? And then do that thing.
So please, remember this. Identity isn't something you find after a long journey of self-discovery. It's not out there somewhere waiting for you. It's chosen. It's a decision. And maybe the most powerful sentence in the entire universe is the one you say to yourself. I am this now.
And that leaves you with one last question to think about. Your life is a story. So are you going to keep reading the script you were handed by your past, by your circumstances, by your old beliefs? Or are you finally ready to pick up the pen and start writing the one you actually want to live? The choice, as always, is yours.